Hi there, thanks for stopping by. This is Michelle and today is Thursday, March the 27th. Today is another To the Toe series. So I'm gonna make this short and sweet because my husband is on vacation. So we were having a good time doing just a lot of relaxing and getting some little projects knocked out around the house. So I did not do any crocheted socks. I showed y'all last week that I had finished the little girl socks out of this book. Learn to Crochet Socks for the Family. And the one that I finished was the ruffled, I finished this one. The ruffled ankle socks for girls. My granddaughter loves it. She comes up to me and puts her little foot up and says, on, sock on. So then I'm trying to decide between my next ones that I'm going to do, and these are what I'm thinking. This one is the cuffed slipper. It says for men, but it doesn't have to be for men. But this is one of the options. My next one is the ribbed ankle, the ribbed anklets for women. That's this one. And then the third one that I'm looking at is the faux V-stitch for women. So that's that one. I wanted to do one of these because they're all use either DK or worsted, and I wanted something to go a little bit faster because I am going to be very busy next week. And I'll talk more about that next week. But so yeah, so I wanted to do something with some bigger yarn so it would go faster. Also, I had been working on my knitted socks. My very first pair of knitted socks using the Easy Peasy Sock by Stacey Trock. Okay. It was a very well written pattern. It was great for a beginner because I'm a beginner knitter too, not just, not only was it my first pair of socks. I wasn't having any trouble understanding what to do until the very, very end. In the very end, she tells you, there's places on here that tells you to place a stitch marker, slip the stitch marker, and by the time I had finished doing all of that, I had half a dozen stitch markers and I was totally lost and I had no idea where the beginning and the end was. But since I was using this as a learning tool, I just went with it. I didn't care if it was not wearable or whatever. I just wanted to learn the technique so that I could try it again, because that's how I learn, is I practice. If I did it wrong, then I go back the next time and try not to make the same mistakes. So, and then at the very end, it just says to finish off with a Kitchener stitch. What's a Kitchener stitch? I don't know. I had to Google that, or search it on YouTube to find out how to do that. So, this is what I have. It is a finished sock, and it does, it's too big for me. So, remember I told you that I don't have an average size foot. It was too big, but that's okay. I'll go down needle size when I do it again. So, also, remember I told you that I got lost on this. You know what? I still had this inside out too. Let me turn it right side in. There you go. Is that right? Or was it right the other way? Yeah, it was right the other way. It was right the other way. Okay, so I told you I had gotten lost. Well, you see my little heel here, right? Well, look where the toe is. The seam goes this way instead of this way. So, yeah, that makes it a little bit unwearable as well. Since I was lost and I assumed that I was not doing it right, I didn't care. I just went for it, and I dropped a couple of stitches. You can see here, I dropped a stitch, But again, I knew that this was not going to be a wearable sock by the time I got here. And so I didn't care. I just wanted to finish it, and so that I could use this as a learning guide. I learned a lot, and I'm excited to start my next one. I probably won't do that for a couple of weeks because I got a lot going on. But yeah, so that's what I have to the toes for this week. Maybe you guys, I'll put a poll up on the on my community post, on my community section. I forget, but I think they just call it a post now. But anyway, I'll put a poll up, and you guys let me know which one y'all think I should attempt next on the socks. Also, you might have noticed there's a channel name change. So I finally went ahead and changed my channel name. I wanted to change it to match the email address that I had been using for the past year and a half. But on the advice of Megan, thank you, Megan, I just did something similar. So my new channel name is Michelle Plays Hooky. My email address is Nana Plays Hooky. So that is my new news and where I am with my To the Toes. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.